Hello! Welcome to Table Talk and Drinks, where we drink adult beverages. Arnold Palmer. And talk about tabletop RPGs. We'll talk about rules that you may or may not know, one-shot ideas, campaign ideas, character ideas, and whatever else may come to mind. I'm your host, David One, and tonight I'm here with...
Derek.
OG David.
And tonight we are talking about Mythcraft. If you haven't heard about Mythcraft, get over to their Discord, discord.gg/Mythcraft, I think is what it is.
I have no idea.
I've heard them say it about 1,000,000,003 times. Here, let me just look in their Mythcraft, or their server real quick.
Just real quick.
I don't fucking know. I think it's mythcraft.gg fucking...
Yeah.
Discord. Hey, Nathan!
Yes! He made it!
Yeah, so tonight we are going to be talking about Mythcraft. We all got our books, about three weeks ago?
I think it was about 3 weeks ago.
About 3 weeks ago. My shiny book. Yay.
My shiny book.
My non.
And we've all got a couple ideas or a couple things about Mythcraft that we want to talk about. And if Nathan's gonna, hang out and chat, he can tell us we're fucking full of shit, or he can be like, "Yep, they're right."
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to start off?
No, I want one of you guys to start off.
So before we all start, since we do have Nathan here, you and I were talking about something today.
We were.
And we might as well get his answer to it. Stowing a weapon and drawing a new one, I believe, was just one action point total.
Oh,
is that true?
the camera just...
Yeah, the camera froze.
And our camera froze.
Love it.
Let's see.
Refresh camera.
I gotta find it. There it is. Is the camera frozen on your screen?
Yeah.
Give us a second.
We still have audio though, so we're
Yeah.
doing that.
There we go. Okay, hopefully the camera doesn't... Maybe I bumped the fucking cable. I don't know. Derek over here's got me fucking pushed into it.
Got me pushed into the table.
I'm kidding.
Maybe I should play as a fat character now.
We love Derek. Derek's fun. So yes. Stowing a weapon and pulling out another weapon. Can you do that with 1 AP, or is that 1 AP each? I think it's 1 AP to stow, 1 AP to pull. But I have gone through this book. I have gone through this book. I have gone through this book. I've gone through this book. And it doesn't tell me.
Oh, it is.
Yep, stow something and draw a different thing is 1 AP. Is it 1 AP each or 1 AP for both actions?
You said plus. It's for both actions.
It's for both. I want to say it's for both.
You just want me to be wrong.
No, I just want to make sure that I've got an understanding.
Don't worry. I'm pretty sure.
Def some stuff that can be clarified more.
Yes.
The stupid heart on the fucking chat makes it impossible to read.
Can you
Yes.
make it bigger?
No, you can't.
You can't get rid of it. You can't make it bigger. You can't
Like,
make it smaller.
if I could fucking move it somewhere, that'd be great.
Oh,
But I can't.
that's stupid.
Yeah. But yes, there are things to be clarified over time. I'm sure you guys will work that out, and we love the fact that you guys are actually looking into it.
And this is not off subject. This is on subject. But it's not something we've planned to cover tonight. So I'm over here in Appendix A on page 334 in the core rulebook. Yeah, I hate the stupid heart too. And I'm going through the deities. There's the Archfey, the Avardri, the Avatars, the Celestials, the Eldritch, the Exiles, the Fiendlords, and the Psyoth. Specifically the Eldritch. I'm going through these gods, and it goes Celestial, Exile. Celestial, Exile. Celestial, Exile. Where the fuck are the Eldritch gods? Am I missing a page? Did they just not get put in?
Yeah, they didn't get put in.
And the Psyoth, those aren't there either, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for Eldritch.
You can't quantify an Eldritch deity. That's the point of an Eldritch deity. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to believe that.
We can go with Cthulhu.
I mean,
well, you can't quantify Cthulhu.
Well, that's
you
true.
just
You
know
can,
it's
'cause
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
I'm just, I don't know. Horrible, twisted creatures from beyond the known planes in the obscuring mists of the pale. Eldritch beings appeal to cultists due to their strange powers and the fear that they inspire. So, I need names.
Cthulhu.
I need names!
Go read H.P. Lovecraft. There you go.
But, I'm probably going to go with Cthulhu, but, I want names. I want Mythcraft-specific Eldritch gods.
Nathan
I
Hurd.
I was just about to say Eldritch God and Nathan Hurd.
Nathan Hurd, God. Dreadlord, Nathan.
I would say Hathan Nerd, but then, I feel like I'm calling him out.
No, we'll call the Eldritch God Nathan Hurd, and he's called the Creator.
Yes. I like it.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway,
let's get on. So let's start with one of you two. What do we got? What do we got to cover?
I've got a good chunk here. Magic specifically, because magic is not like anything I've seen in any.
Let me just
games.
cross that off my list.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Don't worry. What he has, I have to cross off too.
I'm sorry I'm better than you.
We don't get together and determine what we're all talking about together.
No.
We determine what we're talking about separately, and then we find out when you find out. That's just the way it rolls. We all have full-time jobs.
Yeah, we're not professionals.
Some of us work a little bit more than others, and some of us don't.
Okay, we all know that he works a lot less hours than every one of us. But that's besides the point.
I did it backwards.
Yes, you did. That's why I laughed. Anyway, so for magic specifically, because it's not like most other things, one thing that I wanted to specify is spell points. So you don't have your, this many slots for this spell, this many slots for those spells. It's all just spell points. And magic starts on 211 of the core rulebook.
211 of the core rulebook, or you can go to mythcraftrpg.com and check out their SRD. Their
Yes.
SRD is awesome. It's not complete yet. It's not Nathan's fault. There's a lot of information to put out there. What page did you say?
211.
211.
It's like 311, but not as rhythmic.
Shut the fuck up.
I had to.
We're not monetized. We can swear all we want.
We probably won't be monetized. But anyway, so the big thing is you don't get more spell points per level or anything like that. You get spell points based off the traits and things that you choose with your level ups. So every time you pick something that gives you spell points, that's how you get more spell points. It's not an automatic, I'm a 5th level wizard, I automatically get Fireball because that's a 3rd level. Like, it doesn't work that way in Mythcraft. So everything you go through on your talents will tell you how many more spell points you get to add.
You gotta earn this.
Just curious, have we found a coffee lock yet?
I have not found a coffee lock. Work has been a lot. I'm tired. I'm always tired.
Nathan,
but
is
I
there
planned
a
on finding a
Is
coffee
there a
lock.
coffee lock?
Maybe.
Just curious.
There's got to be a coffee lock.
If there's not a coffee lock, I'm gonna make one.
I feel like that's a good talent tree to create for Isekai Mythcraft. Because I worship coffee, and that would be a great thing for me as a character.
Background
to have.
coffee worshiper.
I drink a pot a day.
Or that can be an Eldritch god. Coffee.
Coffee is an Eldritch god. It's also a magic potion.
Magic potion. I worship coffee.
It's a potion made of magic
I
beans.
worship the black liquid.
We do, and it's a problem. But anyway.
No, it's not a problem.
Yeah, keep going.
It's only a problem if you go to
That's just something I wanted to specify with spell points, because you might get into wanting to be a spellcaster and like, if I go this way, I don't automatically get more trees or more spell points.
Trees.
There are. He has not been told of any, so.
I'm not currently aware of any coffee lock builds.
So
I'll figure it out.
We're gonna make one.
We will find it. It will be a thing.
I will make it a thing now.
Anyway, so that's all with spell points. The next big thing with magic is how conjuring works. When we did our little playtest stream 2 weeks ago, we ran into Conjuring, had to kind of figure it out on the fly. So I wanted to give everybody a chance to actually understand how it works based off of what we figured out. And like I said, we could very well be wrong. We've only been reading this book for a while.
I don't think we are wrong, because in the Mythcraft podcast, Kyle goes to use Conjuring, and it's Conjuring 2, and it does take 2 turns.
Yes.
Nathan explained that in the podcast. I was like, thanks, Nathan.
Sweet. Well, it's in the podcast, but anyway, I'm going to still go over it. So you've got different levels of Conjuring. If it says Conjuring 1, that means it takes a full round for that spell to go off. It doesn't necessarily mean it just takes 1 turn. It takes a full round. You'll also have other requirements for the spell to go off based off of SP and AP. So, for instance, a spell might take 3 SP, 4 AP, 1 full, and it's a Conjuring 1. Actually, you know what? Let's pull up Fireball just specifically, and we'll go off of that, because that's what we used.
That's what
now I need to find where it is.
We got 222.
222?
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yep, it's right underneath the Fan of Flames.
Alright, so we'll go into Fireball, because that's what we did it on.
All over here,
I
right?
don't see it in 220.
It's 222, yes.
Maybe I'm just losing my mind.
You are. Keep going.
I'm probably losing my mind. Nope. I'm getting there. I'm getting, couple more.
Right there.
All right.
We're professional.
Professionals.
I was like,
all right,
I'm trying to show you.
Yeah, no, you're good. I just can't see that far because I'm blind.
I should just put the book in front of your face.
You could have. Anyway, so Fireball is a Conjuring of 1.
Yep.
AP of 4+. Now, I don't know what the plus means.
I think,
Upcharge.
yeah, for upcasting.
Okay.
Upcasting.
Maybe we'll look at that.
I'll pull that up.
Upcharge, yes. Plus, no.
Let's see.
I think upcharging takes more spell points.
More powerful.
This additional AP and or SP must be spent.
Okay. So either way, Fireball, you've got 4 plus AP, 15 SP. So what you would have to do is you would have to at least spend 1 full turn. If you had those 4 AP to spend in that first turn, that would count. If you have that 15 SP to spend within that first turn, that would also count. You just have to wait till the beginning of your next turn, because it has to take that. You have to concentrate on that spell for the entire round. But when that does go off, that goes off without any additional expenses. You then begin the rest of your first turn with all your AP and SP that you would currently have in that turn. So as long as the moment you spend that last bit of whatever it requires is the moment the spell goes off. So yeah.
I think, didn't we do in ours as well?
We did do
we did.
Fireball in our little game. It was the monster stat sheet that we were using, so we didn't have to deal with the AP SP spells stuff. Because monster stat sheets work a little bit differently, but we had to wait until the beginning of its next turn.
Okay.
And at that beginning is when the spell went off, and then they then had their actions that they could do again.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was something that was different. They were like, wait a minute, how does this work? Let's double check that. So since we said upcharging, it's the very next page, we might as well look at it. Some spells will give you the option to make more powerful by upcharging them. That involves spending additional AP and or SP. This additional AP and or SP must be spent when you initially cast the spell in order to upcharge it. So you have to do it at the beginning of, hey, I'm going to cast this. We're going to do it right now.
So, clarifying question. So, if it costs 4 AP, does it cost an additional 4 AP?
No, yes.
Does it say?
No, so down here it's 4 SP to include to upcharge the radius. So the APC is a 4 plus. So this is a 4 plus SP. So would it cost 4 more AP to upcharge it to do double damage, or what? That's just a question I have. Like,
Maybe that's a typo. Maybe it's 15 SP plus, and it's supposed to just be 4 AP.
maybe, I don't know.
Nathan, there you go. Something for you to let us know about. But that I couldn't tell you. I have not figured that part out yet.
Yeah, because that's the same as the other ones over here on freeze. It had for upcharge 10 plus 10 feet radius per 5 SP.
Yeah, but
So
what
does
is
the AP
It
doesn't have a plus
to it.
So that's weird.
So yeah, maybe there's something specific with Fireball that we're missing here. Because mind you, we did do it with a monster sheet that is completely different. But yeah, so you get to do those. If you upcharge a spell but the spell fails, you still lose the upcharged SP, even if the spell lets you retain the base amount of SP on the fail. So if they break your concentration while you're upcharging or while you're conjuring an upcharged spell, you're going to lose those upcharged SPs.
That makes sense.
Which it's a good little risk reward system.
Yeah, a little punishment.
I know that there's a lot of risk.
In general,
stuff.
it's not more AP. There's a couple where you can conjure for additional turns. I think Fireball is one of those.
So does that plus on that mean that every additional round that you are conjuring it, you have to spend another 4 AP? That would make sense to me.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand that.
So yeah, conjuring's definitely a bit more nuanced, a bit more you gotta know what you're doing. So if you're gonna play a caster, learn your character.
Don't go conjuring if you're making a coffee lock.
No, do.
Don't conjure coffee lock.
Or do, I don't
the
care.
wizard that you're used to.
And don't read anything. Be the worst wizard you can possibly be.
He's not a wizard. He's an artificer. That's completely different.
He's a lizard, David.
You're a lizard, Derek.
Excellent.
Oh, good God! Please don't do that again.
All right, Derek. David.
So upcharging. Okay. The other things specifically with magic as so normally you have the material component. I haven't found anything that talks about material components in here, so if I'm missing something, please let me know. But the only component stuff I'm seeing is like you've got the gesture, verbal, and visual. So many magic abilities require some combination of gestures, verbal components, and the ability to see your target. So it'll flat out say that it requires visual. And it's all in the requirements. It'll tell you it needs line of effect or line of sight for the visual.
Yep.
It'll tell you whether you have to have a verbal component. So if you can't speak, you can't cast it. And then gestures, you know, being able to use your hands and stuff.
Can you use your feet?
Yeah.
That is a good question. If my hands are tied behind my back, can I cast with my legs or feet? I would personally, if I was emceeing it.
What does the spell say, though?
It doesn't say. It just says gesture. If you cannot move your arms or relevant appendages.
Which is everything else.
What if my gesture's just eyebrow raises?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you're trying to break the system.
Well,
That's my job.
That's our job.
Playtest till it breaks.
No, your job is to MC and DM.
No,
that is your job, David.
All of our jobs is to break this game.
You're right. You're right.
Hell, we can even do hip thrust as a gesture.
That reminds me of an anime, and I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, so I would say that's probably up to the MC.
Okay.
Because like if you're a standard spellcaster, you're probably used to using your arms, and if your arms are tied behind your back, you're probably not going to be able to cast said spell. But that's what I would go with.
What if you're a drunken spellcaster? So you're just used to.
Maybe if you're a drunken spellcaster, your gestures are head movements.
Huh?
You got to make certain
Whole
patterns
body
with
head
your-
movement.
I mean, we've all been there, and we're going to leave it at that. And then just lastly, you've got your line of sight versus line of effect. Line of sight, you have to be able to see it, but an invisible barrier will not block it. Line of effect, if there's some sort of invisible barrier that you may be able to see
the camera
through.
froze again.
Darn.
Why you be breaking things?
I think I'm hitting it with my elbow.
Here, come.
Well,
scoot more
don't
over
do
here.
that.
Or move
Sorry,
your-
we're getting it fixed again. There it is. It's back.
There we go.
Anyway, so if you're that got some sort of physical barrier that you can still see through, it won't work because it requires that line of effect.
Okay.
So there's just a little bit of differences than what most people are probably used to, And
From the Mages on the Beach
yes,
game.
yes, from the Sorcerers of the Boundary.
Sorcerers of the
But yeah, so just interesting things. I wanted to kind of go over that a little bit just because it was different and new to me. And I wanted to, go over it, see if we had gotten any part of that wrong or whatnot.
Yeah. Let's what do you got, Derek?
Oh, I'm just trying to see if when he was just talking, I was trying to see if we can find components anywhere. But
Well, they all say requirements, but I have yet to see any
that's
material
why
components.
I was heading over.
I
there.
have
is there a spellcasting pouch?
I have yet to find anything
there's
like
a
that.
grimoire.
A grimoire is a book.
Yeah, but that could be a component, right?
I wouldn't think of it like that. I would think of a grimoire as a spellbook.
Okay.
Spellbook?
Yeah. That is literally what the
Yeah.
real life version of a real life grimoire is, a spellbook.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would assume that they went along those lines, but I've yet to find any kind of
Yeah.
material component item.
I don't see anything.
Um,
I even looked in Divine real quick to see if they had a thing over there,
Yeah.
but I didn't see anything.
I
was trying to answer your question while you were jabbering.
Oh, you're good. I
And I don't see material components in...
Hello, Salamar.
Salamar
Dree.
Dree. Fireball is APC 4 plus spell point 15. Conjuring 1 means yep.
So
Yep,
You can
That's
spend
what we were saying.
2 AP.
What?
And if on that round, instead of casting, looks like you can spend 2 AP to keep going.
Oh, so maybe it says it specifically in Fireball, and we missed that when we were reading through it.
That could be.
Could be. Alright.
So,
Okay.
what do you got on your docket?
Man, my docket? It's equipment. And all other stuff. Because
All the equipment.
all the stuff, all the equipment, everything.
Just look at his book and all of his little page
little
markers.
tabs.
He's got a whole bunch of them in there.
It helps. No,
I'm not against
Hey,
it.
I'm liking this. 'Cause
I'm just glad that he took notes this time.
I
He didn't take notes. He just bookmarked it.
Okay, that's better than the time he showed up and went, let's talk about this. I know nothing about it.
Just call him
I still don't know anything about
Snow John because he knows nothing.
Yes.
it. Yeah, I know nothing.
Good. All right.
So what do we got on equipment?
Oh, just looking at like all the. It's something I don't know. Maybe you can answer. Each sword, each bow or club has like a strength to it.
Okay.
So that's what strength you need to have.
So 307, right?
Yeah, 307, 306.
I'm here.
Okay.
All right. So which part of this are you specifically talking about?
The APC.
Okay. So your APC is your action point cost.
Yes.
Now it'll tell you a flat requirement for APC, or it will have a 5 minus strength, minimum 3. So what that would mean is that it takes 5 AP to do that, minus whatever your strength modifier is.
You're up here. Come down here.
I mean, I've reduced my volume a lot.
You raise it to the red.
No, I always raise it to the red.
I know you do.
But anyway, so you have a strength of 3. Okay?
Yep.
It's 5 minus 3, which would give you 2, but because it's a minimum of 3, you still have to spend 3.
Okay.
So it's whatever. Now, the one thing I wasn't sure about is if you have a -1 to strength, does that increase the AP cost to 6?
I would say so because I think it's more
Because a negative minus is a positive. So
Yes,
I would say
I think
it's
that
6.
came up in one of Nathan's dungeon diving streams, and I think he just went with the total. I don't think he went up.
Yes, I thought so too, but I wasn't sure. So maybe that would be an answer for future things.
That was a good thing to bring up.
Yes. So what else you got?
Oh, that was the other thing. So I got because you took the magic.
What's the difference between a hand and a half? One-handed, two-handed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Derek, what is that?
1 hand and a hand and a half. So one hand and a half is just like a sword and shield.
No.
No, is it?
No.
I thought it was.
Not even a little bit.
So hand and a half, you can use 2 hands or you can use 1 hand. 1 hand will do the 1d6, like on the pine wand. Hand and a half, you get to use a d8.
That also has different things for different things. Like the Morning Star, it is a hand and a half. It has in parentheses reduce APC by 1, minimum of 2.
Yeah.
So if you use both hands to wield this, it costs you less AP to use. I like the fact that they didn't just give it if you use it two-handed, you just get extra damage.
Well, and that's cool because, like, what if you do want to use that and have a shield? If it was a two-handed, you couldn't use it because you have the shield.
Yep. But yeah, so the hand and a half would essentially be the versatile tag in the other game.
Mages on the beach?
Yes. But hand and a half is actually a more historically accurate term for it.
I'm fairly positive that's why Nathan did it.
I'm fairly certain.
I don't think he's a historian, but
I mean, I'm sure he's a bit of a history buff, or at least knows a little bit about history.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, looking through the Mythcraft book, I can assume, he knows a little bit about history.
a little bit.
Just a little bit. What else?
What else you got for
Hop
equipment?
into armor?
Yeah.
I like how there's different armors, not just like the one, and be done. You can,
so the variety of it.
variety of it, like especially because you can.
Spice of life is variety.
Because I like how you can attack different stuff. Like you can attack their will, their logic, their intelligence, their fortitude. I like how the defenses here also gives you as well as defenses.
What the score would be.
So that's not armor. That's specifically your base defense.
Yeah, but that's what I'm just stating.
I have a degree in history.
I thought you had a degree in writing.
I think he's got it. Maybe he's got. He's probably got a bowl.
Probably, but I was being a smartass.
But
make some new history books.
Good luck with that.
Sorry. Back on.
That'll take years.
Back on Mythcraft.
Yeah, this history.
Because we're here for Mythcraft and the lore and history of Mythcraft.
Speaking of lore, can we get some more lore, please? I like lore. So, what else is there about armor that you would specifically want to discuss?
I don't know, to be honest.
Any questions regarding any of this?
Well, actually, yeah. How would one actually build a character by using different defenses?
No, this is just your standard defenses.
I
don't think it has anything to do with the character bit stuff.
Okay.
So your defenses, your anticipation is 10 plus your awareness.
Yeah.
And that's on all characters, period. So if you have a higher awareness, your anticipation is going to be increased.
Okay. I thought it was somewhere we can.
No, so when you're looking at the
attributes.
When you're looking at the character sheet, dang it, go back.
You had it all over the place.
So
it's the next page.
See, you've got your reflex, your fortitude, your anticipation, your logic, your will, which is these.
Yep.
So these all take your dex, your endurance, your awareness, your intelligence,
times it by 10.
and then they add it. So they add it to 10, and that gives you these scores. So when somebody casts a spell against your will is whatever your charisma is plus 10. Mm-hmm. So say it's your will is a 14. They roll a 13, they miss your will.
Okay. That's what I figured.
So that's where these come in.
Yes. So with that specifically, there's not saving throws. You don't cast a spell and have the target roll a saving throw. You cast a spell and you roll against their whatever that spell focuses on.
He said majored in writing, minored in history, cranking out the lore as quickly as I can.
I understand.
You got to get Dracula off your back.
Blink twice if you are in danger. But no. So yeah, there's each spell tells you what it targets, or each thing tells you what it targets.
Okay.
The other part of that, though, with armor, you don't just get, hey, this is what your AC is.
Yeah.
There is no AC. It's AR. But so all of your different armors do have what their AR is, but some of them have other things to them. I count that as 2 blinks.
Nice.
Anyway, so
hey guys,
curious.
the The framed Mythcraft art on the wall looks fantastic. Thank you very much. Just move out of the way there. and like I told Grant, my Everything Matters sticker is in every single stream we do. I just need another Everything Matters.
He said he was working on it.
The specialization talent starting on page 290.
Oh, geez.
What about the specialization talents?
That probably has to do with builds regarding your reflexes and stuff. I know there are some talents that give you additions to your stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I used one of those in one of the games we played.
Was that one of the crows and you guys died?
No, this was with Nathan.
Was it in the dungeon dive?
Yeah. So when I leveled up my character with the extra gold, silver points, even though I never got to play that character.
Yeah, me neither.
Again.
They affect armor, shields, and stupid fucking heart.
Armor, shields, and weapons. So there's different traits that will help you build.
Yeah, so this is how you can up those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
But
make
your armors also have pluses to like your reflex or your fortitude or other things like that, and I feel like that's a good way to like. Oh, you don't just want to go get that one piece of armor that gives you the best AR that you can without losing.
Just throw on that heavy armor. Take the 5 foot speed slow down.
I mean, it's only a 5 foot speed slowdown. That's better than having disadvantage on stealth checks.
You're right.
I'm just saying. I love it. But also with armor, you have resistances that come with some of them. However, those do not get unlocked until you have specific traits. So the resist column on the armor allows you to apply resist to certain kinds of damage, but you cannot do so unless you have taken a second skin talent that allows you to unlock this added bonus.
This is the DR that pops up. DR is damage resistance, and there's some creatures that have damage resistance like 5 to fire. Which just means when you're calculating their damage, you minus the 5,
and that's for every hit against that
of that type.
Yes. But yeah, so I think that's a fun little addition to all the armors and stuff.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot more opportunities and a lot more options to build your character the way you want it. And I feel like that was one of the major goals of Mythcraft, is to allow you to build unique characters how you want it, and it's not just a reskin of this thing or reskin of that.
Absolutely. Like with getting a talent at every level, there are so many different build types people are going to go for. Slightly different from resist. Did I not read?
Okay, so resist is not what you were talking about. Resist increases your AR versus a type of damage.
Oh, my apologies. Thank you for correcting us.
So DR is damage reduction, and resist is different.
Okay.
That I would have never guessed that. I have not delved that much yet.
What page was that on?
So the resist thing that I just read was right at the start of armor at 309. But I'm sure that resist is actually somewhere else within the book.
Okay, I was just curious.
And this is how we learn to play the game.
The resist column on the armor allows you to apply resist to certain kinds of magic, but you cannot do so unless you... Okay. So resist for blunt too. Okay.
Yeah, so if they're attacking with blunt damage, your AR is increased.
Okay, that makes sense. It's similar to DR, but opposite.
No.
Yeah.
No. Resist increases your AR. DR is
against the damage.
Yeah. All right. The other thing with armors is that you have a strength minimum and a dex maximum. So some of your armors, you have a minimum strength of 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. So you have to have that level of strength in order to use that armor. You cannot function if you're not strong enough to walk around in plate armor. You're not going to be able to walk around in plate armor.
Can't be a skinny guy with a huge ass armor and be invincible.
I mean, you could be skinny. You just got to be yoked.
That's what I'm saying.
The creature compendium.
Beginning of Creature Compendium is a good something or other.
Yeah, good breakdown of those. I was reading through those the other day.
Hate that stupid heart. Anyway, so yeah, the strength minimum is that. The dex maximum, I'm assuming that, like, say you had a dex of 9 and you're wearing banded mail.
Page 6 in the creature compendium.
Then your dex would just be set to 8 regardless of what your actual dex was, because you can only be so flexible and so maneuverable in certain armors. Which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, unless you deck yourself out to be that strong or flexible.
Well, no, like, no matter what, if you are wearing banded armor, your dex cannot be above an 8. That is the maximum your dex can be, period. And then also, like you mentioned earlier, you have your speed reductions for different armors, which, the first time I played Mythcraft, that kicked me in the butt, because I didn't know it was a thing.
What was it?
And then it showed up. I'm talking about the speed
reduction.
Yeah. I didn't know it was a thing, and then I was like, why can I only move 15 feet? And after about 30 minutes, I figured out why it was. Mind you, this was during playtest.
Yeah,
so.
that was about a year ago.
Yeah, that threw me off so bad.
You were like, why the...
What the hell is going on here?
Let me just kick this armor to the curb.
Throw it to the ground.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's
different ways to...
There's a whole lot of different things you can do with armor, which is pretty cool. What do you got, David?
So,
unless you've got more stuff you want to talk about with gear and equipment.
No, other than it's kind of cool. I can get a cow. I can get chickens.
I like that we have the cost of these animals and stuff like that. That's pretty fun.
I'm
going to start a farm, sir.
We're not going to start a farm. I'm just going to cover that up, and that's what we're just going to get.
You guys are getting nothing but cows as mounts.
Oh, come on.
I will ride a cow into battle. Well, have you seen bulls? Have you seen bull riders?
I didn't say you're getting a bull. I said you're getting a cow.
Okay, but you said cow, which is also a bull.
It is, but without the horns.
Well, no. A male cow is a bull. So a bull is still a cow.
I think you were all frozen, or is it just me? God damn it.
Again?
I didn't even touch it this time.
I think it might
be. Dude, I think it's this computer that's like 30 years old.
It's only 10.
All right, we're back.
There you go.
Right, sorry.
Right in on Calvary. I love it. So that's going to be a thing now.
The Calvary.
I'm glad I brought this up. I'm glad I brought this up.
If we do not have cow mounts, there better be an adventuring group in Isekai Mythcraft riding cows.
Well,
we're gonna call them the Cow Guard.
Yes. Oh, we need a farm.
Hey, so the Blackguard all rides cows.
The Blackguard all rides cows.
Steampunk cows.
Oh Lord.
No. So I wanted to kind of cover magic items.
Okay.
In Mythcraft, you have 100 essence points. Wanting to buy a cow. Yes, absolutely, Crabtree. These fuckers are going to buy cows. They're going to be like, in the first town, will all of my silver buy a cow?
Who said we're going to buy?
I'll pay for the cow. It's only 23 silver.
Chaotic me.
In Mythcraft, magic items use your essence points. Your essence is essentially your life force.
Yes.
You only have 100.
What book are the magic items in?
They're in all 3 books. They're kind of spread out a little bit. There's some in the Quick Start Guide. There's some in the Mythcrafter's Guide.
So we don't have like one dedicated section for magic items.
Well, not really. So the magic items. I'm in the Mythcrafter's Guide, aren't I?
I don't know.
Sorry, no. My
319.
My freaking magic item codex is on 63 in my book.
This one was 319.
So the codex here, this is for the Horde in the Mythcrafter's Guide.
Okay.
I wanted to, where was it? I was reading about a necklace earlier.
I think that just gives you a base understanding of magic items. It doesn't actually tell you anything.
No, it doesn't.
I think I don't think there's magic items in the core rulebook. I think it's in the Mythcrafter's Guide.
Well, and there's only a couple pages in here. I'd say a couple. There's probably 10 10 pages of magic items in here.
Yeah, but that's in the Mythcrafter's Guide, not in the core rulebook. Because I don't see anything in the core rulebook.
So even in the Quick Start Guide, there's magic items.
Yes.
And they're probably like main for Uvires. Just the like one shot.
Yes.
Short little thing that's in here.
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
But no, there was a necklace. I was just curious where did it go? That's the Mariner's Friend. Bottomless bag. Amulet of Thirst. So it's an essence of 10.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, core book just touches on essence. So Amulet of Thirst. I'm sure it's in the Mythcrafter's Guide. I just am fucking blind. No, it's not here. It goes Abyssal Blade to Basilisk's Fang.
Basilisk?
That's what I said.
Yeah, totally.
Shut the hell up.
Picture.
I'm gonna fucking stab
Potato.
I'm not gonna stab him, you two. Please don't fucking swap me. Amulet of Thirst. It's a necklace. It's common, essence of 10. So, this amulet you can dip into a potion, and it takes the potion
into
the amulet. It kills the potion. The potion becomes null.
Okay.
But that takes the charge for the day.
Okay.
So it only has one charge for the day, but then you can use it the second day.
Okay.
And then as soon as you use the potion, that uses the charge, that uses the potion, now the amulet's dead again. You can recharge it on the third day. Then you can reuse it on the fourth day.
Okay.
But my thought, so this only costs 10.
Yes.
What's stopping me from having 10?
I don't see a problem here. I don't see a problem here.
10 Amulet of Thirst.
So what's the benefit to having the amulet?
So the potion becomes 1. While equipped, you can activate the amulet for 1 AP and immediately gain the stored effect, as if you had consumed the potion yourself.
And how many AP does it cost to consume a potion?
I'm not 100%. It's probably 1 AP for a potion. But, just think of, activating 10 of these in one fucking turn if you have 10 AP. I
wonder if that's what the benefit is that you can do more than that.
I had the potions written down, and I, don't know what happened to that paper. No, it is in the Mythcrafter's Guide, I believe. I was looking at them earlier. They've only got, 7... healing potions, and they're expensive.
So if I don't take a potion out of
I don't think anything is stopping you other than missing out on some other really cool items. You're right, Crabtree, you're absolutely right. But, maybe the character's dumb.
Like me.
He said it, man. Not me. I didn't call
I'm
anybody
just here
out.
to learn.
That does sound like
question.
something one of us would do just for the lulz.
Just for the lulz, yeah. I don't know where the potions are. I had them pulled up earlier.
Potion table 322 in the core rulebook.
Oh shit! That's why I didn't have it pulled. That's why I don't have it pulled up, because I don't have the core rulebook in front of me.
Yeah, where's your sparkly rule book?
It's right here, sparkly. Potions also expire in Mythcraft. Yes. As
there
Andy
you
said.
go. So it never
right
it gives you a potion that never expires too.
Yes.
There.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. Can you use the amulet by touching it to somebody?
I don't think so, because it specifically states that the wearer gains the benefits of the potion. I think is what you read.
While equipped, you may activate the amulet for 1 AP and immediately gain the stored effect as if you had consumed it.
As if you had consumed it.
So what if you just dropped it over the neck of somebody?
I think that counts.
Then they would still have to be the ones to activate it.
Good point. Good fair. Just curious.
Good fair.
Just curious.
Good fair.
The amulet on page 71 in the MCG, yes. Is it in the MCG also?
Wait, 71? 71? What? Did I not see?
71. Amulet of Thirst. Hey, shit, there it is.
Oh,
I don't know how I missed it. I'm over here looking in the quick start guide because that's where I found it first. Andy to the rescue.
Yeah. Andy saved our butts a couple of times.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that we're good there. But either way, so essence points, you can't have more than 100 magic items on at a time. But you could, essentially equip 10 point items.
Yeah. And then you have 10 healing potions that never expire.
Yep.
But,
now
there are magic items that cost
But then you lose 10.
a shit ton of essence, like the Ring of Illumination artifact. It costs 100 essence.
Oh, wow.
But you can turn honor off the sun once a week.
I want to turn off this. Bob is bothering me. He's no longer here.
And the world dies.
I'm not going to say what I thought I was going to. Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
all of the magic items are in the Mythcraft.
Mythcraft. I just didn't see that. I must not have just gone far enough.
I only have the one book. Or 2 books.
Yeah, I just didn't go far enough in the MCG.
So the MCG is organized by weapons, then armor, then item.
And that's probably why I just didn't see it. Make more sense than Casters of the Shore.
That does make more sense than Sorcerers of the Sand.
That's fantastic. Mages on the beach.
God, I hate sand.
Other thing I wanted to talk about were lingering injuries. Okay. Lingering injuries don't really come up that much in that other game that we've played.
I don't think there's any rules for it at all.
They're kind of like they're there. They're just not like
they're more like guidelines
marked out.
Oh Jesus! Pirates.
In lingering injuries, so obviously it says don't fucking use this if you're a dick. It doesn't actually say that, but that's what it means.
Don't use it to be a dick.
It gives you a couple examples of when you want to use it, like a major villain or boss crits.
Yeah.
A hero takes damage equal to or greater than half their maximum health.
That makes sense.
The hero confront a monster that they've been told that they shouldn't because they're stupid. But no,
Can I have your name?
They give us there's a table for different things.
Where is this table?
This is on page 50 in the Mythcrafter's Guide.
Thank you.
And then it gives you recovery time, which I fucking love. Broken Rib. It's going to take you 6 weeks. DC is 22.
BS, I can do it in 2. I'm kidding.
The treatment DC is 22, and your recovery time is 4 weeks.
I do like that. So then, you can't mix the risk reward to go back out on adventures with a broken rib or whatever.
Yeah. The other cool thing about that is you don't just go to sleep and automatically everything is magically healed.
Yeah.
You know what? I like my fantasy with
this one I call crap. Tendinitis, 9 months recovery time. I'm going on 13 years.
13?
Tinnitus has no recovery time.
But that's really cool that it's there. Really loud bang, whatever. Shooting off guns really close to your ear.
Inside of a concrete bunker as your ear protection falls out.
But I like
Going
that,
to war.
and that gives them a -4 balancing and perceiving.
I like that it does the negative perceiving. I don't like the balancing.
Honestly, a whole table on injuries is rad as hell. Dude, Crabtree, it's fucking awesome. I absolutely love whoever wrote this and put it in here. I'm going to thank Nathan because he's in chat. I don't know where the rest of the writers are for Quasi Real, but they're not in my chat.
Grant's probably all
Has
of them
Grant
right there.
ever been in our chat?
Grant has.
Okay.
But Quasi Real has several writers.
Yes.
Grant and Nathan and Andy are the only ones that I've ever seen.
I'm pretty sure those 3 probably came up with this idea.
No, I don't know.
Knowing Nathan.
But I really love the injury table.
I don't know. Well,
It might not be something that I use all that often, but it's there.
It's also not supposed to be used all that often.
Yeah. No, and it's there, and that makes me happy. It might not make my players very happy when they have a severed hand.
So I have a question. Now that we're talking about all this,
like Kyle.
A hook.
Hold on.
Kyle, or who has a hook?
Do fireballs create a concussive force? It's not going to tell you in there.
It's not going to tell you.
This is a thought thought experiment. If a fireball creates a concussive force, and I don't ask how big the room is, does everybody automatically have tinnitus?
Yes.
I would say they would have a ringing in their ears in a confined room. And I don't write. I just tell Nathan and Grant when their ideas are broken.
I love
that. Sounds like writing to me, Andy. You might not put pen to paper,
but you fix things. You know what else Andy does? Andy gets mad at them when we try to get spoilers out of them.
Yeah, we're trying to get spoilers, Andy.
Yeah. Tell us what's up. We want to know what's next.
We promise we won't share them on our YouTube. Exactly, coughs assassin.
So with that response, is Andy Dracula?
Daughter of Dracula?
All right.
Carry on.
Lingering injuries. It's really cool. It's on page 50 in the Mythcrafters guidebook. Check those out. Use them very sparingly. Don't make your players hate you. If your players hate you, you're not going to have players anymore. And if you don't have players anymore, you can't play Mythcraft anymore. If you can't play Mythcraft anymore, what's the use?
What's the point in life?
You could try to play it by yourself.
No.
That's very hard. I've tried. It doesn't work.
I figured.
It does not work. I wanted to play test things, and I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't working. I can't do this.
I'm just doing characters. That's all I'm doing.
Moving on to, I've got a couple more, but we can go back to you guys in a second.
Carry on.
I like this.
I'm gonna go to page 332 in the core rule.
I'm gonna take that as confirmation.
Yes. And recoup, specifically recoup.
What page is this?
It's on 332 in the core rulebook.
Sorry, I was distracted by the bat.
So this is a really cool thing about that. You don't just magically heal whenever you take a break or a rest or whatever.
Yes.
A recoup is an hour of no or very light physical activity. But this is a really cool thing. If you are bloodied, which means you are half health or lower, when you recoup, you can regain a quarter of your maximum HP. However, when you regain HP in this way, you do not regain HP that would cause you to remove the bloodied condition. So the example it gives is if Marcus and Avery both have 16 HP, they are bloodied, so they both have 8 or fewer. When they recoup, they would each regain 4. So if Marcus has 3 and Avery has 6, when they recoup, Marcus regains 4, bringing Marcus to 7, and Avery can only regain 2, bringing them to 8, because they cannot not be bloodied because of a recoup.
I don't care if you take an hour-long break. When you're beaten and broken, you're not going to feel better.
I mean, you might feel a little better, but you're not going to feel a lot of better.
Especially when you start moving again.
That's when you get sick.
And so I thought that was a really cool take on recouping.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you can recoup, you can catch your breaths, you can stop getting death points.
Yeah.
You automatically regain the 1 HP. Then you can take the recoup, you can get your 4, so now you're at 5. If you've got more than 10.
Would take a rest work better than recoup?
Take a rest would, but that means you have 8 hours of uninterrupted, 6 hours of uninterrupted sleep, 8 hours with light or no activity.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you got to at least sleep for 8 hours.
And you have to eat.
2 hours of
you have to eat. If you don't eat, you don't get your rest. David.
Chow is continuous.
David, David, you have to eat, or you don't get your rest.
I eat. I just don't eat very often. Okay. I have plenty of reserves. I don't need to eat
that reserve is not going to get used, good sir.
Okay.
If you don't move.
Our stream's definitely going to go over an hour tonight.
Yes, it is.
So your couch.
Let's go back to OG David. What do you got over there?
So the other thing I really just wanted to kind of bring up and generally touch on is background and professions.
Oh yeah.
Bops.
Bops. Hey, will you grab me another one too?
What flavor?
I don't care. Surprise me. Not mango.
Oh.
I'll drink a mango. I'll try it.
So, do we have to worry about these now? That work?
Probably. So where are bops in there? That's right at the start. I think it's after lineage. But so one thing specifically about bots that I like is in the other
53
game, you have one thing. You have a background. That is it. That's all you get.
Wait, we have backgrounds in the other game?
Yeah, no, not like
exactly. My point exactly. Backgrounds are useless in the other game. I don't like them. I think they're dumb.
And I'm used to that way.
But this take on it makes your previous experiences as a individual matter.
Not as an adventurer.
Dude, that's good.
Well, you're
sorry, Mango Arnold Palmer.
Is that good?
Dude, that's so good.
Is it?
No.
Ooh. The raspberry's better than the strawberry, and I like strawberries better than
raspberry. Was pretty good.
That is phenomenal. Anyway, so first of all, your backgrounds, gives you kind of a start of what you were doing beforehand, which I like. It's great. Gives you the different tags that, like, if you take a thing in this tag, you get additional bonuses. So, like, if you grew up as a warrior, then you take a profession that is a warrior thing, you're going to get bonuses to that. Because if you have previous life experiences, you're going to get better things with that. And that's pretty good. But the other thing specifically with this is your professions. So, one, you get bonuses, stuff like that. You get a lot of different things. But it's not just something you take at the start and then you never look at again, ever, because they grow.
What? You're supposed to look at them?
I don't think we've ever looked at them.
Who'da thunk?
Right?
Your backgrounds define part of your character.
They matter?
I guess. I mean, I don't know why your background in life would matter to life.
Right? It's not like I have experience in this subject.
Experience?
That
matters?
Gives us characters.
Experience isn't just for leveling up. What?
No. Can't just farm XP.
But oh Jesus, I'm gonna go kill a bunch of slimes and become a level 300 wizard.
Yeah, I'm throwing her in Isekai Mythcraft.
I love it. There's
gonna be a witch on the hill.
I gotta.
And she's gonna be max level 30, and she's just gonna be in just normal like robes with a witch hat and just chilling at this fucking town with a big ass dragon.
I like how we're giving spoilers away or like hints, and they're
that's
not.
Okay.
That's all right.
They're making money off of it.
We're not making no money. We're trying to get people
money.
interested in Isekai Mythcraft.
Yeah. Specifically these people.
At least we give us the suspenses.
So, I know you looked at it. I know you had some stuff to say about the how often it increases. But from the little blurb I saw, it was like it's up to the DM to say, hey, you've got enough experience doing these kind of things. You get another level in that particular profession.
Yeah, I think their like recommended was every 5 character levels you'll level up in your background.
Okay.
So essentially at level 30 you will be a level 5 background.
Yes. Now the other thing with that, like say you take a couple of years off adventuring because like y'all got some messed up stuff that happened and
you had a wife, you had some kids. You had a husband, you got some kids.
Your best friend from the party is no longer with you, and now you need to spend a couple of years refiguring out life again, because that happens. That's a thing. I'm going to spend a couple of years working on this background, and say the whole party does that. Say everybody wants to do that. Hey, we've completed these major tasks. We're going to take some time off. The Mythcrafter can be like, okay, let's do some scenarios. Let's figure out how things go. Well, after a year or so, guess what? You might not have gained a couple of XP levels, a couple of traits and stuff in your character, but now you get a couple of background or profession levels because you've been just hanging out doing your profession, dealing with life. And then your story carries on. Our camera's frozen again.
God damn it. I didn't even touch it.
I think it's your computer.
Yeah. I think your computer's struggling to handle it. Like,
I think
somebody might have mentioned.
We're back.
Problem.
We're again.
We're back, Andy. Sorry.
I'm watching the camera at this point. But yeah, so I think that would be a cool thing to add to some of your different stories. Like, I feel like a lot of stories that people play now are just on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next. And it's like, you can literally run nonstop for months on end.
You can make
with no change, with constant running at 100%. We know from experience that don't work.
No.
The body will not let you do that.
You can only drink so many energy drinks, so much nicotine, before your body's just like, we're going to shut down for a week.
Literally.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, you don't.
Nope.
But the idea of constantly running, and now we have some stuff that it's like, yeah, you can increase in some things without actually having to go adventuring. I think would put some realism into some of these games that I personally would like.
Yeah, no, I think that's absolutely wonderful, and I'm, in the Isekai Mythcraft, I'm going to write in. There's going to be periods of time that, like, nothing in the story's happening.
Right, like have some beach episodes, actually have some RP.
You can also level in a different profession if your character story takes them in a different direction. Absolutely, yeah. Like Annie said, like. What's stopping a chef from becoming a blacksmith?
Nothing.
What's stopping a guard from becoming a pirate?
Nothing.
Morals?
What are morals?
What's stopping a pirate from becoming a chef? I've seen that show. And if you don't know what show I'm talking about.
Well, he's a chef that becomes a pirate.
He's a pirate that becomes a chef.
Which one are you talking about?
One Piece.
No, he's a chef at the beginning.
No, he's not. He's a pirate.
Yeah.
He stopped pirating and became a chef.
He's a pirate that became a chef.
Or he might have been a chef the whole time.
No, he was a chef at the beginning.
I don't know.
No, you're not talking about Sanji. You're talking about the guy who... Yeah, okay, yeah.
So he might have been... He was part of the chef, like, core or whatever.
He was like...
So, he might have just been a chef the whole time. But whatever.
Pirates,
Either way, the fact that it's like, hey... we have some story elements and our character's full lives change. Well, guess what? Maybe my character wants to go off and learn how to do something else for a while, and now I have a whole new profession.
Oh, yeah. Go and be a farmer or garden or whatever.
Pioneer.
I'm
going to build my own land.
But yeah, I think that's great, just because, I think we need more...
RP related.
Well, yeah, RP related.
That'll definitely get into the RP.
Yeah, I just think that's just great.
Well, not only is it really good with the RP, it gives you hardcore, actual, like, things and benefits to character progression.
And actually care about it.
Well,
yes.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, game aside, like, it gets you emotionally invested into your character. And if you're not emotionally invested in your character in a TTRPG, in my opinion, why are you playing?
Yeah, I became emotional.
I don't, if that's not your thing, but like,
I became more emotional in our last session.
Oh, good God.
My character lost the beard. Like, I turned to ashes.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're not emotionally invested in your character, all you're doing is playing a video game.
Yeah.
And if you're playing a video game, go jump
play
on
a video game.
Go jump on that.
I played Boulder Game 5 different times. I'm emotional to it. It's just I just go back.
Okay.
Clicking butts.
What do you got? What do you got, Derek? I know you got something else you want to cover.
Mounted battles, combat.
Son of a bitch. Let me go ahead and check that off my list. Mounted, by the way, is on page 330 in the core
maybe
rule
you guys
book.
can tell me, because I looked at this before.
Literally got it open.
I remember, I'm like, oh yeah, mounting.
I love the mounted.
Maybe just explain to me more, because like you mount and dismount, it requires an AP. Using the rules while riding in combat, which I have no idea.
So you would use the rule of the mount.
Oh, so like the war horse or the
so
cow.
you'll use their AP for like movement and stuff while you're mounted.
We need to find the cow.
Nathan, can you just like build up a quick stat sheet for a cow mount? Throw it over our Discord.
War cow mount.
We don't want a war cow. We want a cow.
No war.
Bareback, no saddle.
Or what are those horses that the big burly ones, the Budweiser?
Clydesdales.
Clydesdales. Do a Clydesdale
We need some
cow.
war ponies for these goblins.
Or for the Cluptons.
I did not see a cow stat sheet in the creature compendium.
Yeah.
Pull
So
the big one up.
with mounted combat, so the mount must be at least one size larger than you. So if you're medium, obviously it's got to be large.
So
Yeah.
horse.
Yeah.
If you're large, it's got to be bigger than large.
So cows will be, anything.
Cows are large.
Cows are large.
Are they?
Well,
Sir, have you stood next to a cow?
Yeah. You ever
They're
checked the cow?
large.
Yes.
Yes.
I call bullshit.
Well,
You ever popped a cow's stomach after butchering it?
No.
All right, then.
Oh.
You want to get into some hillbilly stuff right now?
So they've got forced dismounting, which is really cool. I've only ever done mounted combat once. This guy was DMing. He completely fucked it up. It was completely wrong, but it was fun.
It was fun. I did not fuck anything up. I said, screw the rules. This is fun.
He had us roll an animal handling check every turn. Whatever.
You
It
were
is
not
what it is.
proficient.
It sucked.
But forced dismounting is really cool. If an effect moves your mount against its will while you're on it, you move with it. So it's not going to just fucking boot you to the curb.
You even have it right in DCs.
If an effect moves you against your will, you are dismounted. Then you and the cow,
Got on the cow.
you and the mount,
It's on the cows.
take the same square. You are the same thing. So if the cow has tactical advantage, you have tactical advantage. If it has tactical disadvantage, you have tactical disadvantage.
Okay.
The tactical disadvantage I don't really quite get, because if you're mounted, I feel like you're higher up. Maybe you've got the high ground, but I get it. That I understand why. One really cool thing. So if you're a medium creature, and you are on our gargantuan creature, this is the where
Example?
there's the example. It is reach while you're mounted.
Okay.
Here we go. Conversely, for example, if a knight, which is a medium creature, rides on a trench abomination, which is a huge creature, it needs a weapon with reach of at least 10 feet to be able to attack any creature adjacent to the trench abomination. Given that the trench abomination takes up 3x3 squares and its rider is considered to be in the center square.
Yeah.
So you can't be in the center square trying to use a 5-foot weapon. And I love that they lay out the rules for that.
What if I build a platform?
No.
What about use? What if I use a ranged weapon?
You
well,
can
that's
use a range. Yeah,
You've got
range, you're fine.
distance. You're good.
It's specific as melee.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was curious.
So the reach thing has to do with you have to be able to reach to the outside of that
Yes.
mount's space.
Wait, yeah, ooh, Jesus. Something the lance.
Yeah, something with reach.
I mean that is literally the entire reason lances were developed.
True. That's true. I thought they were just for fun.
So, does anybody out there in chat have any questions that we can answer, that Nathan can answer, that Andy can answer, that
Anything you want us to be aware of?
anything that you want us to be aware of? Thanks, Crabtree. Thanks,
yeah, thanks, guys.
Salamar. Thanks for jumping in and letting us know where things were in the books. We do greatly appreciate it. We're always learning. We'll be learning the entire time we play this game. That's the great thing about TTRPGs. You might read it one day and it's definitely this way, and then you read it the next day and you're like, what was I thinking? Our reading comprehension's not great.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, so thank you guys for jumping in. Like I said, if you guys have any questions out there that we might be able to answer, or if Nathan or Andy can answer.
There we go.
Nathan, what Mythcraft lineage would you be if you weren't human? Ditto classes.
What will you be?
Oh,
My lineage, I have. I want to be a remnant. 100%.
not what you want to be. What would you be?
A remnant.
I read it. I got multiple.
I'm gonna have to go with, if I were an actual lineage myself, I'd probably go Gollum, Because I'm kind of big, dumb, and stupid, and don't really pick up on the intricacies of people.
Yeah.
And friend is friend.
Friend is friend. Friend is awesome.
Friend is friend.
Yeah, see, Remnant, not every tool must be a weapon. I'm just a tool. Let me be a Remnant.
You are a tool.
I love Remnants. I love everything about the Remnant class. I don't know who wrote it, but I love it. You guys did a fantastic job on all of the lineages. Yeah. Sorry,
no, you're fine. I might have to be a golem too if we're going off. If what I would be.
You don't want to be a Trollkin?
We're not talking about what we want to be. We're talking about what we would be.
Would be.
Mm,
No, to be honest, probably Trollkin too, because that also easy like mental.
Are you saying you're special?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm very special.
It's okay. Me too. That's why we're friends.
Yeah. But I will.
Pun intended.
I would love to be.
Thank you, Andy, for adding a cow to Nathan's to-do list.
Yeah.
So, real quick, since that was brought up,
Nathan, this better be in the vampires.
Oh Jesus! A vampire cow. Were you watching Little Vampires a while?
Vampire cow mount. Oh shit! That was
Nathan, it needs to be in.
They're just like walking through a field, and all these cows look at him, and fangs pop out.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yes. Nathan, please just take it. Put it off to the side. Just have it there.
Another thing that I would like to see, stats for carts and carriages and vehicles like that.
There's a vehicle.
It tells you what vehicles there are, but we could not find a single stat sheet when we were building the.
That's right.
Building our
airship.
Our airships.
Yeah, because I think
we had to completely come up with that on the fly.
I think we looked in the compendium.
Yeah, so I'm building airships for Mythcraft Isekai. I've got small, medium, and large. So it's huge, long, gargantuan long, and what was the third one?
I don't remember what all.
It wasn't Titan. Titan was the biggest. If I remember, it was the one right beneath it.
So,
I have it. I don't want to open my.
While you're looking at all that, the other thing I want, because Nathan asked what classes we would be or tracks we would run.
You're in a pasture, mists rising, the moons are dim, a twig snaps, you turn around and see twin smoldering embers. A flash of white fangs, the cowpire attacks!
Yeah!
If that's not it, I'm gonna be
cowpire attacks!
That's fucking beautiful.
Oh.
Andy, copy paste that, send it to Nick. I'm
screenshotting right now.
That better be in there. I spent $350 on this.
So, what classes would we all be? I'm gonna go ahead and say
classes.
I'm a tinker.
Ooh, class.
I might not be the best tinker. I might be like a level 2, maybe.
My heart.
But I have so many little things that I've wanted to tinker with or learned about or tried and done. Yeah. I'm just not really good at any follow through.
To be honest, I think I'll just be the berserker. But I have my heart for
rage
for that. But it's also easy. But I think I'll do ranger or troubadour. I think troubadour sounds fun. I'm actually building a centaur troubadour.
Okay.
Because they have a cool one of their lineages, dazzling something. Okay. Dazzling dance.
I like the idea of being a ranger, but I only shot sharpshooter in the military, so I'm obviously not that great at ranged combat.
He is.
Well, his standards and mine are not the same.
His standards and yours are
not even the same.
We're not gonna
Marine Corps, Army,
civilian,
better,
best,
Colt,
better. I
like my Colt. Realize how that sounds.
Shush.
I'm not gonna blink twice.
No.
Ooh, so class, I would probably go. I'd probably either be troubadour or vessel.
Okay. So you be stealing power from others?
Yeah.
That tracks.
And troubadour, good old. I know this is probably not in this one, but that jack of all trades,
bro. Not only that, but I have seen you at work. You're a troubadour. You are all charisma.
Everybody at work. Everybody at work likes him. They don't like
literally everyone. You should hear him flirt with the little old ladies.
Little old ladies.
It's adorable.
You gotta flirt with the little old ladies. You gotta flirt with the little old men. I don't give a damn.
You gotta flirt with everybody.
Through and through.
I could go for warrior as well, but that's just standard. We were in the military, of course.
Yeah,
you know, easy.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys?
I've got nothing else. We'll wait around for another couple minutes and see if any other questions pop in.
Yeah.
We generally run these streams for about an hour for table talk and drinks. You know, just to get some information about different TTRPGs. We've done the Mages on the Beach. We've done Mythcraft. We've done Shadow Dark. We've got Avatar lined up to do.
I believe that's when Corey's available.
Yeah, we've got a couple other ones that we've got lined up to do, but we just need to do some more research into them.
And you gotta wait for the books.
We're gonna do some more in Shadow Dark one of these days. I've got the book. I'm a little mad about the book because it's not this size. It's like
half that size.
This size and
it's like yay thick.
It's a pocket edition, and I'm not super fond of the book, but I like the whole rules light thing about it. Yeah, we'll talk about that one day, but I really love talking Mythcraft. Like
me too. The other thing with us talking Mythcraft a lot, we're currently working on building a quote-unquote campaign setting for Mythcraft that is going to be the isekai style that we're probably gonna end up talking a lot about Mythcraft because of that.
Yeah, Crabtree. One of our so Corey, he's in our Icewind Dale campaign. He plays our
draft.
Draft. The hill dwarf.
You mean
the hill dwarf.
Dwarf.
Yeah, he can't say dwarf, right?
He can't say dwarf. He can't emphasize that W. He does DOORF. But he owns Avatar. He's owned it for probably a year now.
It's just hard to get him hammered down.
Yeah,
because he's either got his children with him or he's at drill.
Yeah, he's a little scatterbrained like the rest of us. But we'll dig into that Avatar game one of these days. It looks cool from just doing a quick glance of the rules. The rules are about the size of the quick start guide for Mythcraft.
I think less than that.
But yeah, so thanks for hanging out tonight. Thanks for letting us drop our link over in the Mythcraft Discord and not just giving us the fucking banhammer.
Thanks for chatting with us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for being here and putting up with us.
I thoroughly appreciate y'all interacting with us.
Yeah, and that's one of the other things I really love about Mythcraft is the creators are they're there. Like
right.
You can just contact them and they'll answer questions, or they'll find answers. And
if somebody within the team doesn't have an answer right away, usually somebody within the Discord itself has something for you.
Yeah, you guys have a good weekend too.
Have a good weekend.
Enjoy.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Nathan. Thanks, Crabtree. Thanks, Salamar.
Salamar. There you go.
And thanks to the other viewers that are out there that didn't drop anything in chat. We still love you. And again, this is Table Talk and Drinks. I'm your host, David 1.
Derek.